So here we are, one of my clients up in Bowling Green, Ohio, Rapid Fired Pizza. They're next to a college, Bowling Green University. So they were reached out to by the local paper, which a lot of you have always done. Restaurants have got a lot of publicity with that. But they've got a unique spin on a new beer wall. So let's go listen in and check it out.
Maybe using those little tiny kegs, those quarter kegs. So we're really excited to do some of that super local, sponsor local guy, let him host.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's the demographic been like? How has the system been popular? Like, is it popular with students or older groups?
It's really all over the place. I think our biggest crowd is like the 25 to 35. You're really not going to get a lot of 21-year-olds in here trying everything out. They're still, learning all the tastes and everything.
Yeah, the average age in the system is super statistical.
Right.
So you probably noticed we grab your license. It just literally barcode scans your license. The average age is 29 so far,
Right.
and that's what it is nationally in the iPort system. It's a little older, a little more mature. Although when the BG Undead group came over, those guys I bet were average age 22.
Yeah, and they were cultured.
They were all about the zombie killers. So.
Right. Yeah, it's been a really solid crowd. But then you get the 40, 50, 60-year-olds that just absolutely love it. They've been drinking the same thing their whole life, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, I got options, and I can try an ounce of the zombie killer, and I actually like fruity beer, and I don't need to show everybody that I'm drinking it. I can just have it to myself. So.
I had a little lady, it was literally grandma type, who could barely reach the taps. Who was going, she's like, look son, I got this.
Yeah.
Trying each one.
That's fun.
It really is fun.
Yeah. Do you have any campaign or marketing ideas to get this out to students a little more, to increase the popularity with students?
Students, we got a lot of planning. We've done almost zero marketing. We've done some Facebook stuff just using organic followers as well as some paid stuff just to see how our outreach is.
Yeah.
Which is funny because our organic post, the first one we did, got around 15,000 views with help of our friend of ours, Matt Platt. And the second one got a little less reviews than we actually paid. So we're kind of all over the place trying to figure out what we're doing. But yeah, we know that Bowling Green is full of cultured, smart kids that know what they want, and we're all over the place.
Matt and I were talking, this is Matt, by the way. We were talking last night. Matt developed a social media marketing program. He comes from the media space. And one of the things he spent a year or two working with brew pubs, more the bar scene, but creating beer meisters, emissaries. So what they would do is take like a kid that wants to work part-time, only be there nights and weekends, and then set them up to go out and market. I guess they get their own kind of QR code so they can network around, and people scan their code, and then they can keep track of how many people they encourage to come in, drive them in for instead of running happy hour all the time, Tuesday night from this time to this time, Matt invited you in, come in and see Matt. So we're brainstorming about those kind of programs where we could essentially recruit a couple of recruiters, right? And then they become a host on their night, or really creative ideas. We haven't made any final decisions, but we're looking for a way to really make it a community thing, and see if we can make the leg over from, hey, it's great food, come eat with us, to, hey, hang with us for an hour. Come over on Friday night after your study,
Right.
or Saturday afternoon, watch them all.
We did start a happy hour, if you will, until Halloween. We're doing 50% off from 4 to 7 p.m. And that's mainly because just to get people in to try it out. I think a lot of people are intimidated by the idea of the whole thing. They don't want to come in and kind of get embarrassed and not know what they're doing. And we're here, with open arms, ready to, help everybody out. And I think that
I will say this though,
it's going to help.
What we did on Facebook has people coming in the door saying, I'm here for the beer wall, how does it work?
Right. Yeah.
We even had a gal in last night whose son from Texas told her to come, and she drove 20 minutes to get here.
Right.
So I think we have some novelty for a while. There isn't another self-pour system, to my knowledge, anywhere. The closest one's like Champaign, Illinois, or over in Youngstown, there's one. So we know we have a period of novelty, but we've really got to, engender ourselves as a community in the meantime.
Yeah, that's awesome. And obviously this is a pretty big change for Rapid Fire Pizza, and I know you guys have been experimenting with ideas like this.
Right.
What's your kind of overall vision for the franchise, or this type of joint? What distinguishes it? How do you want Rapid Fire to look in comparison to other bars in BG?
Well, obviously we're not trying to become a bar. We definitely like the feel, though, the craft beer feel. You know, we're all craft beer people, and we're really trying to fill that niche between good food and good beer. You know, it's kind of hard to find. You find the place with the really good beer and their food's, you know, whatever. But we're just trying to fit into that little area.
We're part of what they call the fast casual revolution, right? The industry pundits are all talking about it. Fast casual is defined as I pick it any way I want. Chipotle invented it. Let's call it out, right? Subway before them. But I point, I look, I get it exactly the way I want. I get to tell you how to do it. Well, we've had bottled beer and wine ever since we started the brand, right? But people don't think about it, right? Maybe get one beer or a bottle of wine, more like a reason to come here versus somewhere else. But what we've seen in the industry is that the fast casual operators who have embraced a small bar format, or like we're doing with the Beer Wall, a couple of our competitors did the same system, is that they crossed over into that space where you now stay for a half an hour, 45 minutes. You have 2 beers or 2 glasses of wine instead of 1 bottle. And it's that segment, fast casual, which is essentially it's eroding away the Applebee's, TGI Fridays, you know, the places where you had to sit and wait for a waitress, you spend 90 minutes tied up, 20 minutes waiting for a table, right? Even places like Outback have fallen to this. So part of our reason for really investing in it is our vision is to be fast casual with all its potential, but not end up in the bar scene. We don't want people to be thinking, I don't want to bring my kids in, right? I mean, in the 2 weeks of doing this, I haven't seen anybody who was intoxicated, right? Because they don't stay long enough. They're drinking about 20 ounces of beer in an hour.
Yeah.
This is a warm, comfortable, safe atmosphere that anyone can feel comfortable in with the music, the lighting, the atmosphere when you're in here with young kids, college kids, grandparents. It's just a really happy feeling, and I think that's why people stay. I think that's why they come back week after week, because they love that comfortable, safe atmosphere that they can let down and just let their guard down and just have fun.
Yeah, but they absolutely come in and order the same thing every
Yeah.
time. They have their weird combination of ingredients. I saw you order yours last night, Matt. Jalapenos, pepperoni, and whatever it was. And even when they online order, they'll order that same weird combination of 5 ingredients, right?
It's theirs.
Here we have all this ingredients. One of our biggest challenges is we serve the best salads in town, but people are like, no man, I came for the pizza. We have calzones. We're the only restaurant I've ever seen we can make a calzone in 5 minutes, right? They're awesome. But people are like, oh, that's cool. I want a pizza. I want these 3 things.
Yeah.
So, we want to help people understand you don't have to eat the same thing every time. There's a little variety. But more so, like you're saying, if you bring the whole family, and like my wife is vegetarian, she doesn't want to eat pizza. She wants to eat, even though it's vegetables, she wants a salad.
Yeah.
Even though we're vegan and gluten-free.
We are, yeah. We changed our flour, so we're fully vegan now. If
Yep.
you order it that way.
Yeah, vegan cheese, gluten-free crust. I mean, everything that we make is fresh in-house, so it's just really, really homemade.
We need to get a gluten-free beer in, Ross. I don't think we have a gluten-free. Oh wait, cider's gluten-free. Cider's gluten-free.
Okay. Well, thank you. Any last thoughts you thought people should know about the iPort system?
I mean, we're excited, and it's doing fantastic. It's doing exactly what we thought it would, and without any advertising, we're excited to see the growth and see what happens. So we're excited to fill that niche.
Word of mouth has been great. I mean, college students are fantastic at kind of, warmly welcoming the new students in that are below them. And they're like, hey, come and check out my pizza spot. Hey, Mondays are Double Sticker Mondays. Hey, Thursdays, $5 days. And that's when we get a lot of people coming in and interacting with the staff. And we're always out here helping with, the beer wall and options. And, if you're sensitive to dairy, what our options are for you, whether it be a no-dough or a gluten-free crust. So it's really important, I think for us to just, be as knowledgeable as we can for everyone, so when they come in, we can explain it to them, and then they go off and they explain it to their friends. So the community's been fantastic by word of mouth. So I think that's why we haven't had to shell out a lot in advertising.
Yeah, I would add one last thing, and that is that we talked about it last night. We're buying very small barrels of beer so that we can rotate through really fast. So for the beer fanatics, if they get on the Untapped app, they can track them and they can rate them. But more importantly, every time we swap a keg, like we blew through Bubble Cider the other night, Zombie Killer hits, it literally alerted all the people that have the Untapped app, and they came in literally, hey, I want to have some Zombie Killer. So it's going to be fun. The idea is to rotate the beers and keep it fresh, keep a nice selection of ciders, which sell like crazy. You know, the meads, like we were talking about that Bud Light commercial. We won't put you in locks if you order a mead. We're going to have meads, right? So I think it's the variety, keeping it fresh and rotating.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Can you, I didn't catch your name.
Alicia.
So that was pretty painless. It's some free advertising on a brand new product. And stay tuned because we're going to be coming today live from here a few times, talking with Chris. By the way, Chris's father was, I think he said yesterday, the third employee of Pizza Hut back in 1958 and was the first franchisor and franchisee and developed hundreds of them. And their family's roots go deep, deep, deep in the restaurant business. And guy's a wealth of knowledge, and so is his brothers, Peter and Ray, who are the heads of Rapid Fired Pizza and Hothead Burritos. And we're having a lot of success here with our program, but also they're having a lot of success because they're doing different things. And I'll give you a sneak peek to what they've done. They've created this beer wall, and it's a you pour it system to where literally you pour it yourself. I guess I pour it, sorry, like Brandon, I pour it. It's got all these taps, and it's contained. That one unit, that one line goes back to a small walk-in freezer that has all of the beers, small kegs, mini kegs, I usually call them, half barrels. But they can change it out on the rim. They can change it up. You can see right now they've got basically a huge variety of beer. And this is a restaurant that in this space traditionally would have 1, 2, 3, 4 bottles of beer, some cans. Now they've got 18 on draft, and they got it tied in with a company called Untapped. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but I've used it before with a brand we've worked with in the past, Hofbrauhaus. And it's a place that beer lovers go on to find the latest beers and find things that in their area that they love. And they've got it tied in when they're constantly switching beers because they're doing the smaller kegs. I don't know if you heard him in the interview. I don't know how good the audio was, but they're doing the smaller kegs so that they can keep it fresh. So instead of having 10 barrels of one beer in there, they'll have 20 half barrels. And as those half barrels run out, they'll have some ones backed up. And if it's a popular one, they might have it again, but then they'll switch it up again so that people get notified there's something new. But if you're not reinventing yourself, if you're not doing unique stuff that your competitors aren't doing, you're going to slowly die in the restaurant business. You've got to be on top of it. You've got to offer people something unique. And this is something really unique here. So stay tuned. Today I'm doing some live videos on here, and also if you're in my restaurant group or my agency group, doing some stuff in there, talking about what they're doing in this space, how they're being unique, and some of his concepts and his vision for this brand, as well as what they've done years and years in the past. See you later.